Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to really get into something quite special. We're looking at notes about an upcoming event. It's called My Sister's Keeper event, and it's put together by Forever Thankful, LLC.
Right.
And the source material kicks off with this line. It really jumps out. Today, I want to share something very close to my heart, an upcoming event designed to empower, uplift, and remind women that we are truly our sister's keeper.
That's a strong start.
It is. So let's maybe unpack that opening line first. What's the immediate takeaway for you there?
Well, what's really insightful, I think, is how Forever Thankful LLC isn't just, putting on an event. They're grounding it in a philosophy.
Okay.
The core purpose, right? It's explicitly stated, empower, uplift, and remind women that we are truly our sister's keeper.
So it's very intentional.
Exactly. And it ties directly into their broader mission, which seems to be about gratitude, resilience, sisterhood. It feels rooted in this belief in the power of women supporting women, and importantly, doing it in safe, intimate spaces.
Safe and intimate, right.
Yeah. And they also mentioned drawing on scripture or maybe an inspirational quote. It sets a certain tone, a nurturing one. It feels like they're aiming for genuine connection, not just surface level stuff.
That's a really clear mission right out of the gate. So if that's the why, how does the how work? How does the event itself, the structure, bring that mission to life? What did the notes say about the atmosphere and the activities?
Yeah, the sources paint a pretty specific picture. They describe it as retreat style, intimate, soul-nourishing.
Okay, retreat style, not a conference.
Right, and with time to share and connect, that seems key. The activities aren't passive.
Huh?
You've got things like a mixer, which makes sense for intimacy. Then testimonies, which are powerful moments for reflection, encouragement, and various interactive bits.
Interactive, like what specifically?
Well, they mentioned things like icebreakers, raffles, ways to make it comfortable, but also structured opportunities, specifically designed for a deeper connection. It's curated.
Okay, that sounds very thought through. But here's something that really struck me as different, connecting this to the bigger picture.
What's that?
The notes explicitly say, no keynote speaker, everyone's story matters.
Ah, yes. That's significant.
It is. It sounds amazing, really empowering, but it's unusual. Does the source give any clues about how they make that work? How do you keep it focused without that single guiding voice? Or is it purely about the group dynamic?
That's a great point, and I think that's exactly where the unique design really shines. This no keynote thing. It's not just like a feature.
Right.
It feels like a statement. It's saying the collective wisdom, the lived experience in the room is potentially more powerful than one expert voice.
Interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it shifts the focus. It's not about absorbing one person's journey. It's about valuing every story there. It sort of democratizes the whole experience.
Democratizes.
I like that. It fosters this reciprocal empowerment.
Yeah.
The cohesion doesn't come from the top down. It bubbles up from shared vulnerability, mutual support. When everyone's voice is genuinely valued,
Okay.
it really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About that peer-led model versus the single expert figure. It changes the whole power dynamic.
It really does. Shifting power from one authority to the collective strength. Okay, that really clarifies what makes this potentially so different. So if the structure is all about peer sharing and that collective wisdom, what are the actual takeaways? What do people walk out with? The source mentions some clear benefits.
Absolutely. The notes are pretty clear on this. Attendees will walk away with, first, a renewed sense of sisterhood. That's central.
Makes sense.
Second, practical tools for living a thankful life. And that's important. It's not just feeling good. It's actionable stuff.
Practical tools. Okay.
And third, just a strong sense of encouragement and empowerment, likely coming directly from hearing those shared stories.
And didn't the source mention something about personal stories being part of it? Testimonies?
Yes, exactly. The design seems to intentionally weave in short personal stories or testimonies from the attendees. That's crucial.
Why crucial?
Because they act as real-world examples. They show how these ideas of sisterhood and thankfulness actually work in everyday life.
Yeah.
It makes the benefits feel more immediate, more attainable, not just theoretical concepts.
Got it. So it grounds the whole thing in reality. It sounds like it could be a really personal and hopefully lasting experience.
That seems to be the goal.
So thinking about you, our listener, this deep dive has really shown an event built on, thankfulness, real connection, and this idea of peer empowerment.
And that brings us to the call to action from Forever Thankful, LLC. They encourage you, if this resonates, to register for the My Sister's Keeper event.
Right.
And they specifically mention limited seats for intimacy. That reinforces everything we've been saying about the personal feel.
Keeping it small and meaningful.
Exactly. And the invitation isn't just for you, but to bring your sister, your best friend, your tribe. The idea is that shared experience amplifies the benefit.
Makes sense. Building that support system together. And registration info would obviously be available somewhere specific.
Inevitably, yes.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We really appreciate you tuning in and thinking through this with us.
Yeah, thanks for listening. And you should also keep an eye out for what Forever Thankful LLC might do next. The notes hinted at future things. Maybe an eBook, more resources, follow-up events to keep the momentum going.
Oh, interesting. Extending the support.
Right. And maybe this leaves you with a final thought to chew on.
Okay.
In a world just overflowing with information, with experts telling us things, how powerful is it really when we just share our own stories? Not just listen, but share. How much does that empower us and the people around us? It's something to think about.